Hello everyone, turn up and tune in to Scotty White of World Combat Sports. Today I'm in Boylan Street Recreation Center here in Newark, New Jersey. The one and only, the famous gym that you heard all about. Of course, we on Fight Week. The reason why we're here, we have a shakeout at around 2:30 or 3 o'clock. But first and foremost, I want to introduce you to the ones who make the wheels turn in this gym, who's here every day, who's putting in the work, and to provide you some history of the gym itself. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm great. How you feeling?
Can you introduce to the fans who you are and how long you've been a part of this establishment, this training facility?
My name is Coach Nazir Graham. I am the boxing program coordinator for the city of Newark. I've been a part of this establishment for 4 years since we've been open, since we did our grand opening about 2015, 2016. And you know, my history is that I am formerly ranked number 9 in the world. I've been the chief sparring partner for Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, Livingstone Granville, Aaron Command Davis, guys like that. For guys like Davey Hilton, Winky Wright, you know, different people like that. So that's a level I want to bring to the city of Newark to help our youth out to get to the point where Shakur Stevenson is right now.
Coach, you've been in the sport. Do you miss it now that you're out of the sport? Do you come here sometime, you know, and, you know, kind of get back into old training habits, you know, and get into the routine a little bit?
Well, yeah, actually, I just turned 50 this year. And yeah, I still work out. I
still in great shape?
Still trying to keep myself in great shape. I mean, when you're really into the sport, it's like just like anything else, you know. Bernard Hopkins will be quick to tell you, the only thing that retired him was age. And so with that being said, you know, you can't give up. You know, when it's really in you like that, something that's embedded in you, it's hard to not train. And then when you watch it on TV and you stay a part of it, you go, I want to give it one more shot. But then you think to yourself, I'm not as young as these young guys. I got to let them have it right now.
Absolutely. Coach, let's talk about, you know, the foundation itself. You know, you've been in here, you talked about it opening up in 2015. You know, talk about that process, how it all began, you know, and what it is developing to right now today.
Well, basically, our beautiful mayor, Raz J. Baraka, at the time I was actually managing the criminal courts in Newark, which is 31 Green Street here in Newark. And myself and the mayor, we've known each other for 20 years. We've been really, really good friends. And so he sat down with some of his colleagues and to battle some of the things that's going on in the streets of Newark. We felt as though boxing would be a great outlet, because it was for me and for plenty of other guys who had trouble in the cities. And so he came and we sat out and we spoke. He said, listen, I want to start a boxing program for the first time out of the recreation department in Newark, and I want you to run it. For me, you know, it was a decision of a lifetime. It's not like being able to go to work and do what you actually love doing.
Absolutely.
As your job. And so I made the decision to leave the courts and start the boxing program here in Newark. Since I've been here, so far we've had at least one Golden Glove champion each year since I've been in charge here, with the help of my coaches, Johnny Watson, Brother Yaya, Anthony Carr, Waleed Cooper, who's the father of our young champion, Yoel Cooper. And this year we actually had 2 Golden Glove champions out of this one gym. And so now, this was the first gym that we started, but now around the city, we have 3 actually boxing gyms out of the recreation department. Yeah. So we're doing good, we're steady climbing, steady making progress. And I commend the mayor for even having this thought process of mine to try to combat some of the illnesses that's going on in the city streets.
Yeah, that's important. You know, I'm glad the mayor, you know, was able to advocate that.
Yes.
You know, you've been at the highest level of boxing, and for him to basically designate you to come in here and run this facility. As I walked in today, it gave me that old vibe growing up, you know, the inner city. You know, I'm from Atlanta, and gave me that family
Kudos
vibe.
to Atlanta. I love the ATL.
Yeah, to all the kids that was in here, you know what I'm saying? It just gave you all that vibe.
Yeah.
And then you come back here, it's just like the boxing is just have its own domain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I like the feeling we got. You know, the kind of the windows all fogged up. You know, don't give you a lot to look at.
But you got to watch for the spies trying to watch what our guys do.
Absolutely, I feel you. But let's talk about the stars that you got. You know, first off, it is fight week in Prudential Center.
Yes.
You have an Olympian silver champion in Shakur Stevenson.
Yes.
Kind of tell me what you know about him.
I actually met Shakur, I believe, when he was about 9 or 10 years old. Very talented then. His grandfather, Waleed Moses, has done a great job with his upbringing, with keeping him focused, because a lot of our guys, unfortunately, they learn this art at a young age, see that they can handle themselves, and then they take it out to the streets, which is not good.
Yeah.
You know, because the streets don't play fair. They you know, they do things that in lives. And so, you know, Shakur himself, though, Shakur stay focused. His mom, he has a lot of respect for his mom. I watch that, and I watch this in young men. I watch his mother's, Shakur Stevenson. She's a beautiful person, and their relationship is beautiful. And I watch, anytime I see a young man that has that level of respect for their mom, they'll have a level of respect for the community, you know, and that is Shakur. Shakur loves the city of Newark. His talent speaks to something different. And the reason why I say that is because just like the young man Joel Woodward, who I just mentioned at 11 years old, Shakur, he reminds me of a young Shakur. And Shakur staying focused and staying the course. I watch him develop with his grandfather still in his corner, making sure that he's doing the right mentoring on him. And now, you know, this henceforth, this is what we have today. You know, and this kid will be the first Newark-born world champion since Marvin Hagler.
Oh, all right. Yeah. It's amazing rise, you know, the way he came about the sport. The last time I talked to Shakur Stevenson, of course, was at MSG under Terrence Crawford undercard.
Yes.
And he was confident then. You know, he was telling me, you know, how people were saying it was a little bit more for him to handle with Christopher Diaz.
Yeah.
And he went in there and just blazed them.
Yeah,
you know, I'm talking about not with reckless abandonment, I'm talking about with technical fundamentals.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
box the ears out. I was
Yes.
like, wow, you know, that was the first time I actually seen Shakur fight.
Yeah, yeah.
So now he's getting to a point where his stardom is shining so bright that he's having opponents pull out on him most of the time. Because this opponent he's facing this week is the last minute, right?
Yes. You know, I mean, when you look at what he did in the last fight against his last opponent, who was he was a danger. Even Andre Ward, the great Andre Ward, said, I really didn't want Shakur to take this fight, but Shakur was consistent, like, no, I want to fight this guy. And Andre said, okay, you know, and I can see. But Shakur went in there and showed, you know, listen, I'm ready. I have the talent, I have the skill, I can handle these kind of guys. And so, you know, now he just broke past from being a B-level fighter, you know, because the guys just beat to the A-level, I'm going into the elite level, and that's what he's at right now. And I believe that, you know, he's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for a lot of guys in his weight class.
Yeah, I seen a video the other day. I guess he was leaving sparring. He was saying he's a bad man. And, you know, he should be speaking like that. He should have that confidence.
Yeah,
you know, because he's earning that. He's earning the respect. He's earning people's attention.
Absolutely.
And he's doing big things in the sport of boxing. And it's good that you have that history here in Boylan Street Recreation Center in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a part of it.
Yes. Out of this gym right now, well, Shakur is actually first out of this gym. But we have guys that did well in the pros here out of the city of Newark, such as William Bo James, who actually fought Bernard Hopkins, the young thriller Bernard Hopkins,
right?
back in, I believe it was in 1998 or 97. And, you know, Bernard got to him, but it was the 11th round that Bernard got to him. That's when Bernard was running through everybody, you know. Then we have a guy by the name of James Harwood Graham, who did very well, was ranked number 7 in the world. Who fought John the Beast Mugabe and guys of that nature, you know, those legends like that, and have quite a few that I mean, we had Ray Mercer, who was training here, not exactly born from here, but he was training here. Alfred Ice Cole, Charles the Natural Murray, a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, 3-time world champion Bobby Ches, who'll be at the fight.
Bobby Ches, okay.
Bobby, I talk with Bobby every day. We're very good friends. We were actually trained by the same guy. Tommy Parks and Charles Johnson. Bobby will be at the fights along with other guys that's going to be from Newark here. So you know what we're doing right now, we're making sure that we can repeat the process of the Marvin Hagler. And the reason I say the Marvin Hagler is because we have a lot of talent coming out of Newark, but the guys don't get to the level with Shakur is because they don't have the proper mentoring, proper backing, proper focus. But Shakur is basically, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, he's opened up the floodgates for a lot of the younger guys that want to come up to stay focused. Yeah,
absolutely. And I like what I see. You know, a very humble fighter. And Shakur said the last time that he was looking to do his own thing, looking to blossom out.
Yes.
And I wouldn't know it would be that quick of a turnaround.
Yes.
You know, now he's fighting on the main card in Prudential Center, co-main event, Joshua Jr. And, you know, I just want to salute Shakur Stevenson.
Absolutely.
You know, though he didn't get the gold, gold doesn't establish what your capabilities are.
In the pros.
In the pros.
Absolutely.
You know, so, you know, he should be commended for that. And I really hope y'all flourish to no end, that people will really take a magnifying glass at this gym now.
Yes. And, you know, the city, man, I don't think it's a kid in Newark who doesn't know who Shakur Stevenson is. You know, these kids love him. They really do. They love him. Oh, Shakur's from this gym, and I get that a lot. A parent will bring their kid inside here, and the first thing they'll ask me, is Shakur really from this gym? I'm like, well, yeah, he didn't start right here when he was little, but yeah, he ended up, you know, turning pro from this gym, winning his silver medal out of this gym. So yeah, and we back Shakur, as you can see, his name is fully on our wall, and we back him to the fullest. We support him, we love him. You know, we just looking for him to really have a prosperous and great career. Yeah.
Tell me something, Coach. Out of all your opponents, what can you say about one of them that you learned the most from? Because I know a lot of people talk about Bernard Hopkins, the genius he is, you know, the mind, the brain he is in breaking down his opponents. You know, what's one opponents that you learned the most from during your professional career?
The most I've learned, I would say Winky Wright. Having to learn to strategize better, because Winky and guys who fought Winky know what I'm talking about. Winky is an awkward guy to fight. At the time that I fought him, nobody wanted to fight him. This was in 1999, and it was hard for Winky to get fights over in the United States. He had to fight. I think I was the first guy to fight him. I had to take a fight against him in the United States. I was ranked number 9 in the world. He was ranked number 7. So we fought each other to see who would fight Fernando Vargas for the world title. And it was at a point where I couldn't get anyone to fight me because I had just beat the number 4th ranked guy. And Winky, you know, Winky is Winky. Salutes and hats off to Winky. At the time, I think it was Trinidad, De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, a few other guys who were all at that elite point. And so with Winky, with fighting Winky, I realized when we started, I had fought 4 Southpaws before I fought Winky. I had beat all 4, knocking out 2 of them. And then, you know, when I fought Winky, I realized how long his arms was. So his cover-up was, I was trying to figure out, cover-up. Yeah, I was trying to get, where can I hit that? I went back to my corner, and at the time, I was working with Howard Davis Jr. and Charles Johnson, along with the great legendary Tommy Parks. And I'm telling them, I'm trying to hit this guy, but everything is covered, you know. Yeah. So strategy, as you asked me, what would I think? Well, who did I learn the most from? Strategy. To strategize on working on a particular fight, because every fighter fights different. So you got to kind of strategize on how you're going to fight. You can't fight everybody the same way. And I think that's why Bernard was so successful against a lot of guys, including against Winky Wright. Yeah. For everybody different, you know.
He did.
And that's, you know, I would say Winky is about the guy that I learned the most from.
Outstanding, Coach. And it's good to know that you educated me on some. I always like to know fighters who have reached that pinnacle. Yeah. You know, what did you learn while you was up there? You know, not just learning the sport of boxing, but what did you learn while you was up there on the big stage? You know, for me, that's education. That's what I absorbed the most, you know. Last 2 questions, Coach, is, you know, in Shakur Stevenson's division, recently he's been talking about Leo Santa Cruz. Do you believe they will offer him or grant him that opportunity?
They don't have a choice.
Being that he's full speed right now.
They don't have a choice.
Because I've been hearing Gary Russell Jr. trying to call out Leo. Yeah. Everybody's trying to call out everybody for unification of that division.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a good thing. It's a good thing because it's competitive. it's a lot of competition inside that particular weight class. Guys in the guys in the lower weight class never used to get the recognition, you know, about 10, 15, 20 years back in that lower weight class until, you know, really a Pacquiao came up. You know, you have right now you have Gervonta Davis that's down there, and you have Shakur, you have Gary Russell. Lomachenko, which is coming from, he's just moving up, you know. So with Shakur being there, Shakur is an Olympian. You got to remember that.
Yeah. So,
you know, he's still learning, and I think that, in my opinion, I think that he should follow the leadership of Andre Ward, who's a great world champion because he knows what he's doing. He has Shakur's best interest. Shakur has the talent. Sometimes talent is not always that keeps you there.
Okay.
It's the experience as well. So if you have a guy who has the experience and matching the talent, it's almost hard for you to lose. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a very solid point. You know, DNA, the lineage, obviously, you know, I'm not sure if you was in the process when you was having, you know, starting a family, that you was like, a lot of fighters, I want to have a kid who box. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go to the fight and see my DNA. From what I hear, that you said your son actually took up the sport of boxing early on, and he's in the process of returning.
Yes.
Can you speak on that? And you know, he happened to be right here. Do you mind bringing him here?
Not at all. I'm here. Come here.
So I'm going to step to the side.
Yeah.
You can let the fight fans know who you are, young man.
How you doing? My name is Derrick Graham. I'm the son of Derrick Graham.
So tell the fight fans, when did you actually start lacing up gloves since your dad was in the sport?
When I started to hit like the age of like maybe, what, 12, 13? 12 or 13, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I want to know how to fight. I want to know how to start defending myself and that kind of stuff. And he was like, well, do you want to box or do you want to train? I was like, I think I want to try boxing. So he worked with me, he kept working with me. After a while, I was like, Dad, I want to get in the ring. You know, I want to just, I want to try the sport, be a little bit competitive. And I had my first fight. And I had my first fight fought a dude that had like three or four fights above me. And it didn't go so well. But I learned a lot from it. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from it, and it motivated me to keep going. Then my junior year came around, had to back out a little bit because I had SATs coming up. So right after that, you know what I'm saying, finished it. You know, school come first, and then got boxing coming straight back up.
And that's what it's all about. And I'm glad you mentioned that you had to step aside and get the SATs, because education is extremely important.
Education is key first.
You know, you can have that fallback. If boxing doesn't work, you can be a genius elsewhere.
Absolutely.
You know, and so that's the primary part of helping people understand that boxing don't have a retirement plan.
No.
You know, and you know, when your dad get maybe about 15 more years older, I'm right behind him, okay? You're gonna be taking care of him. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But let the fight fans know, you know, what you admire most about your dad, being he is one of the elite fighters that stepped up and fought some of the best in boxing. You know, what do you learn about your dad that can help you if you ever start boxing again?
Well, one thing I can say is my father has a very, very different style of boxing that I've seen a lot of fighters have. And it's a very, very quick jab, you know. He's a very, very quick jab.
Fundamentals.
He's inherited those kind of styles inside of me, and maybe I could be creative in my style of boxing, you know. And I believe that the way that he teaches is very different because it teaches people to work even harder and go above and beyond a lot of the people that are supposedly on your level. So when you get to the fight, you are already above the people that's supposed to be where you are. So,
solid summation, man. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And you know, that just goes to show you, your brains is working, man. That's good to go. Hey, wish you nothing but the best, you know, further your career.
Thank you.
Last questions there, Dad, son. Y'all have anything to say to the fans that's tuned in to Bolyan Street Recreation Center, to let them know to tune in?
Yes. July 13th, ESPN Live here out of the great city of Newark, New Jersey, Prudential Center. Our own Super Shakur Stevenson, that's my name for him. I call him Triple S. Super Shakur Stevenson will be fighting and taking his fight to another level and one step closer towards his world title, bringing that world title back to the great city of Newark, New Jersey. We're here at Dorka Boxing Academy in the city of Newark, 916 South Orange Avenue. You have children that's interested in boxing, please reach out to me. I have about 6 coaches on staff, all experienced, well experienced, Golden Glove champions and everything. Bring your children. We take young ladies too, we teach young girls. Shout out to the great Clarissa Shields. Love it. Beautiful boxing lady. Son?
I couldn't say it better.
Okay.
You gotta say something to fight fast.
Oh man, all I can say is I pay homage to Shakur Stevenson. We got a couple other fighters coming out of Boylan Street Recreation, a couple other fighters coming out of Newark. All I can say is y'all gonna see me again. For real.